Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta and welcome to my workshop. How to set up a Floyd so that it stays in tune is a question many of you have asked me, and why I set up my springs like I set up and how do I do it, because when I set up a Floyd, it's in tune and it will stay in tune no matter what I do. So this is a ESP custom shop from 2005. This is the first one ESP made to me after I got the endorsement deal. This is one of the kind. Its nickname is, or not just nickname, but he is called Tom, or Tomppa, as we say in Finnish. So let's start by removing the old strings. So I'm gonna put a DR tight fit 10 to 56 set into this in standard D tuning. So first the usual, removing the locking nuts here. Then I place them so that they are in the same order. Maybe this is superstitious, but then when I put them back, they go to where they are supposed to go. Let's take the tuner off now. I'm just gonna use this clipper tuner and loosen the strings. And now you can see the bridge went there, like, poof. But what I'm gonna do is, what I do, there is these things you can put under the so that it keeps it here. But I just usually use something. Let's use. I don't have the actual, because they sell these pluggers, but whatever works just fine. If you're a guitar collector and you're afraid of scratching your guitar, then maybe this one isn't your option of choice, but it's mine because it does the job. Cut the strings, take them out, like this, wrap them and throw them in the trash. Then what I always do when I'm doing this, it's always good to first clean the guitar a bit. There's some whatever dirt here, and then just to tighten the tuners, because they always lose a little, like this one. They always, and this is not, you're not gonna do it like with the full force, just quite a little bit so that they are tight. Great. Then I'll put so that the holes where the string goes, so that they are facing towards the neck, so it's easier to put the strings in place like this. Cool. Then what I do is I use lemon oil, this Dunlop 65, to keep the fretboard, fingerboard moistured. I'm not gonna put it now because I've used this same cloth for, I don't know, 20 years, so this is soaked in lemon oil. So what this does is this cleans up the fretboard and gives it a nice scent, and makes it, at least to me, a little bit more like, I don't know what's the word could be, more fluid. Mainly this is for cleaning the, because there's stuff from fingers and so on. And these frets are starting to be, these are the original frets and they are pretty much down. I leveled them several times. They could use a leveling now. I have certain tools here, but that's not the topic for this. It's gonna take a bit while to do that, so I'm not gonna do that. Then let's take off the strings from this end. Hopefully you can see it. This is a lot harder to film than actually do this. I mean, and film in a way that you can probably actually see something. Hopefully you can see something. Okay, these are out. And what I have here, these are HARDTONES titanium saddles on this one. And now, you know, as you see, the Floyd is, you know, there, because setting up a Floyd, it's all about the tension, the balance between the springs that pulls the Floyd back, between the strings that pulls the Floyd up, and you want to find the perfect balance. To me, it is that when it's aligned, when the Floyd is aligned with the body. And if you're not gonna get it, or if I'm not gonna get it perfectly aligned, if it's a little bit down, it's fine, but this way I don't like it at all. Then I'll put the strings from this end, so I'm leaving these here, just in case if I break a string here or something happens. So I'll cut the strings out when I'm done, but in this stage I'm gonna wrap them like this under the string retainer, and then we'll put it on. We tighten it like that. Cool. And then what I usually, how much, because I wrap the string so that I wrap the first round top and then the second down, so that then it keeps that. This is important too. So I'm gonna do it like, hopefully you see, kind of lift it up a little bit and then put it here, so that when I do it like this, the first round goes on top of this part, and then when I'm starting to wrapping this, I'm guiding with my finger that the coming rounds go under, and so then the part of the string that is actually going through the hole, it's in between the string, so it's just stays in tune better. I mean, this is locking nut, so it's not necessarily needed, but you know, this is how I always wrap my strings, whether it's a floating nut or not. And now it's nice and tight. The strings aren't going on top of each other, they're really well aligned, and the first round is on top of the hole, the other rounds, the later rounds, they are under the hole. And then I'm gonna just do the same. This was the fourth string, so here, like that, and again, this same, kind of this around, yeah, great, and then I'm gonna wrap it. First round on top, the coming rounds under. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same to all the strings. I don't need to film this, so we're gonna see soon when I have put the strings on. All right, the strings are in place. I'm gonna film with my mobile phone so you can see how the strings are. So they are like, you know, it's coming through and everything is nice. They're not on top of each other. It's going, you know, first round up, second round down. It stays in tune a lot better, like that. Cool, and now let's remove this. And you know, I tightened the strings and I had this on, it's almost pretty much there. Well, I mean, I've done this for, I don't know, 30 years, so I kind of know the tension. It's just based on the tension. And now what we're gonna do is how I tune a Floyd guitar, especially a floating Floyd. There's, you know, many ways. Let's see if this is in a place where you can see it. So I start by keeping this one around there where I want it. Like, I need to press it a little bit. Then I start to tune, starting from the higher strings, and now I'm going to a standard D tuning. So what I'm aiming on this first round, I'm aiming for a, like, let's say this is D. So I'm aiming just where it's not D flat, but it's there, like on the D range. And somehow, for some reason, this is now. Can you turn around? So we actually can. Well, okay, so now this down here, because you know how this is flat. Maybe could you see it here? Or then I'm just gonna explain. Is that in a picture? Yeah, it is. Okay, so and now it's the right way. So now we're way down. C sharp. And now we're on the bottom register of D. I'm gonna leave it there because the whole thing lives all the time when it's floating. And I actually pressure this and let's see where we are. Okay, we are in C. Okay, and then the B string, which in this tuning is supposed to be A. So I'm gonna, now it's on the lower register of A. And then a G string is going to be F. Well, that's actually high. Let's put it to, okay. Then this is gonna be, the D string is gonna be C in this tuning. B, C, let's lower it so that it's on the lower register, yes. A string is going to be G. Lower register. E string is gonna be, it's E, but it's going to be D and lower D register. Okay. Now it's time to go up, and then as you can see, so this goes down all the way, so this leaves. So the key is to do this slightly. Now I'm gonna go a little bit around the center of the D and where it's actually in tune. I'm aiming for that. So now this gradually, the guitar balances itself out. The strings under and the springs and these strings. So tuning a Floyd takes a bit more time than your usual, you know, non-Floyd guitar, but when you do it like this, with patience, it will stay tuned no matter what you do, pretty much. Okay, turn around again, so now, actually here, and now it's around the lower side of the F. I'll actually take this like here, so maybe you'll see better, and now this, so halfway to D, halfway to A, halfway to F, halfway to C, halfway to G, halfway to D, then we start again. Let's go a little bit closer. And as you can see, it drops all the time because the tension changes. This way you give the guitar a time to accumulate to those changes. Almost there. As you can see now, the other strings, they start to be more in tune. Now let's do the final round to actual tuning. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's about in tune. And well, because I had this set up for these strings, the 10 to 56, but it gets a bit more complicated if you are changing tuning and changing the strings, because then doing this you also need to work on this one to balance these, maybe do it tighter and looser. And the reason why I use my springs like this, so the higher strings have 2 and the low string has this like this. There's 2 reasons. To me this feels better because the thicker strings on this side, they're thicker, so this side is in a way a bit looser when you're doing this, and this is a bit tighter. And my way of playing with the springs like this, and I have balanced the tension, so this is a little bit more towards there, so you should see that the bridge is leveled on both sides, and then you tweak this. If let's say this side will be higher, I would need to tighten it. And this way, with the springs like this, with me, it just stays the best in tune and feels the best. There's no any other scientific approach. First time when I started to use Floyd's, I was just messing around, you know, maybe if I put here, here. And then when I came into this, I was like, oh, I like the feel, and I'll be damned, it stays tuned the best. So this is the only reason. Maybe this works for you, just try it. If it doesn't, you know, go find whatever works for you and for your guitar. But this has worked on all my guitars, and I do this even on the guitars that I have, you know, stopped, so they go only down, so I can use the drop tuner and do double stops and country licks. This is the only guitar I have that has floating, and I decided to do this video with this one because I think this is the most common way to use Floyd's, and now it sit for there for a while, so it's exactly leveled, like it's almost perfect. And then what I'm starting to do, I'm gonna bend these strings like, or stretch these things like a mofos, and I'm really, you know, dragging them and then tuning. And if you break a string doing that, then that was meant to be. That was the so-called Monday piece. So if the strings can get through this ripping, then you know they're good to go. And this wasn't. So I'm gonna change this string now. It broke there. So let's actually try to use this same string, or maybe I had just put it up not so well, but we'll see. So this was a happy accident. I'm gonna, just in case, cut it here. And now this comes handy because now I have still room here, like I said, that I'm going to cut these strings when I'm absolutely sure that everything works, when the whole thing is done. So now I can just, you know, put this back on again. Now let's tighten it up again. Maybe it just wasn't, maybe it was just badly put there. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check the tightness. Okay, there was a little bit room, and this, you shouldn't violently tighten this. Just like, you know, where it starts. Okay, yeah, good. Then it stays. Because if you tighten too much, you're gonna break these pieces. Or these you're not gonna break because they're titanium. You're gonna break the Floyd. Then we do this again. Great. Now since this is floating, the whole thing probably went bananas. So let's do this again. Yeah, like I said, everything is a little bit down because the tension changed. One of the strings broke. This won't happen if you have blocked the Floyd. Okay, then I'm gonna actually do it here. So I'm just gonna bend the strings and then tune it. Oh, it went down like half steps. And obviously, since this is flowing, this is gonna take more time because everything is changing. While I'm bending this, I'm also bending a little bit to these others. Okay, now it's, yeah, it's there. And the better the guitar, the better it stays in tune, the faster this is. This is, in my opinion, a guitar can't get any better than handmade ESPs, Japan custom shops. G-string is always a pain, so this takes longest to stretch. Well, didn't take that long, because this, like I said. And these ones, yeah, that went down like a half step. You know, you just rip these like mofos. Tune. That went down half step. So the idea is, to me, that the guitar should stay in tune without the lugs. Then when I put the lugs in, and it will definitely stay in tune no matter what I do. I've said this before, but setting up a Floyd equipped guitar can take a little bit of time, but when you do it properly, it's so much more fun to play when the guitar actually stays in tune no matter what you do. Then I'm gonna do this again, because this is the floating bridge and everything changes all the time until it settles. And the low string is, that takes usually a lot of, well, didn't take that much. And what has happened now, this is actually good. So, I mean, this had 10 to 56 strings, but these strings, these are clearly a bit stiffer, so now the bar has gone up. So what I need to do, I will need to tighten the springs. Let's do, and I usually do like 1/4 of a turn at a time. So 1/4, 1/4. Okay, then it obviously now it went sharp. And we start to lower the tuning, and we'll see where the bridge lands. It's still a bit, so let's do another 1/4 of a turn. Hopefully I'm not sweating too much, because I have a big light in there and it's hot. Okay, now it's pretty much leveled. Let's see, I might need to do a little fine tuning, but let's now put this in tune. It's perfect. It's straight aligned with the body, the Floyd. We're gonna feel it a little bit. How it feels. You know, every string rings even if I pull it up. This is also a thing that doesn't happen on cheaper, not so good guitars. They die, but this is designed and built so well that I can go, you know, 2 steps up and everything is still ringing. Now let's do the, hopefully the final stretching. Yeah, it's pretty much in tune. Cool. And these, before I do the tuning, I forgot to say, I put these on approximately the same level. So let's do this also, so that the fine tuners are around. There's a equal amount of possibility to fine tune up or down. Well, there's no such thing as perfection, but this is pretty close. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the locking nuts back, the exact same place where they were. Well, actually, I'm not gonna tighten them now. Let's check the intonation first, because setting up the intonation means that when you, I'll take this like this, when you play an open string, in this case E string, which is D, then when you press on the 12th fret, it should be the same. If it's up, then it means that the string is too short, so you need to move this plug a little bit back. If it's down, it means that the string is too long, so then you need to move this closer to the neck. And you do it by, this also takes more time on a Floyd, so you need to loosen the string, unloosen this, move it a little bit, put it back, and see. But D, yes, that's intonated. There's a little bit differences, and in guitar playing the differences can be huge. Yeah, this is the, yeah, it's in tune there. Now I'm going to tighten the locking tuners. Then I'm gonna again bend the strings and whack the bar like a, you know, mofo. And sometimes the fine tuners, it's enough so you can make this in tune, and sometimes it actually, well, it's perfectly in tune. That's a little bit up, so we use the fine tuner, it's in tune. G string, G is a bit up. The D string is, that's tune, that's tune. C is a bit sharp. Let's see if this does the job. It's in tune. In tune. The D was up. Oh, no, let's stretch it. Let's stretch it. No mercy. A little bit here. And it's in tune. And the guitar stays in tune, no matter what you do. Like this. So, this is how I set up a Floyd Rose equipped guitar that it stays to pretty much no matter what I do. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was interesting and helpful. All the best. See you on the next one. Bye.